You are XC443, an ancient human which has been cryogenically preserved by entities unknown to you. The previous 442 cryo-preservation test subjects all died shortly after being thawed. Your body is still frozen, but your mind is fully awake. The unknown entity, which goes by Atlas, wants you to perform a series of simulated tests before they dare to fully revive you. You'll go along for now, even if you feel something is not quite right.
You're conscious? This has never happened before. Welcome, XC443, to your simulation. Just please step forward and read the directions on the screen.
What's going on? Okay, guess I'll read these. Welcome to your simulation, XC443. We hope you find your experience enjoyable. Also, you have no choice in the matter. Have fun. Okay. I guess this is what we're doing now then. Instructions. Your directions from the command center will come in the form of a manual. You've also been given one manual, but you can access it through your inventory screen. Oh, how lovely. Complete the portals by placing the last pieces into the prepared structures. Okay. Seems simple enough. Sadly, they don't explain how I got here, but there we go.
We're in luck. You're the only ancient human that we have found so far that was properly preserved by ice. Our previous 442 test subjects were not in such pristine condition and died shortly after being found. We can't wake you up yet, though. It's far too dangerous exposing your feeble mind to the technological advances of our time. So for now, we're going to run you through a couple of tests, but don't worry, we estimate that will only take a year or so to train your mind. My name is Atlas, and I'll be your guide here. The system indicates you're suffering from temporary amnesia. All you need to know is that your name is and you come from a small village in
So, I guess we're just left to figure out what to do then, I suppose. We need to break this block.
There we go. She managed to do this part. Ah, wonderful. Off she goes. Let's hope she can figure this out.
So, I guess we've gone through the portal then.
Good job, XC443. You have made it to the contained ecosystem. We've done multiple scans of your brain since we found you in that slab of ice, and we have bad news and good news. The good news is that you have an extremely well-developed cerebellum, and your body was preserved in almost pristine condition. We replicated your original body in the simulation so it should not feel alien to you. The bad news is that your cerebral cortex does not really match up with our more superior brain, so let's hope you can keep up.
Well, how kind. Let's see how this works. I have been given a grappling hook. I feel like I'm playing Terraria, a sort of moderately laggy Terraria, and I should be able to excavate this. It's on button 5. Aha! I figured out what button 5 is. I've never used these buttons on my mouse before. So I guess we'll just start this pack off like every other pack and collect some wood. And maybe I should have a look at my map. Oh, that looks so cool.
We have also supplied you with a built-in map chip within your visual cortex. Calling on it with the correct command will visualize a full-size map that gives you plenty of navigational information. You can also use it to waypoint important locations.
Well, isn't that kind of the simulation, man? Hopefully, I can mark my portal because, aha, it's over there. That seemed like a silly thing that I forgot to do. This chip, oh, right, I can connect to more than, it is like Terraria. That's so cool.
The goal of the first simulation is to produce steel, a task that can seem daunting at first, but fret not. This manual will guide you through the process. Steel can be produced using an improved blast furnace, so most of the tasks in this chapter will bring us closer to being able to make one of those.
Well, this looks like a semi-defensible region, and by defensible I mean other things will probably be able to kill me fairly easily. But you know what? We have iron, we have a place to tunnel into. I guess this little hole is a good place to start things off for now. And luckily for me, we even get some coal. I'm never going to remember the excavate button, and I know I can change it, but my poor cerebral cortex is not advanced enough for that sort of thing.
What a silly creature spending the whole time lighting up lots of hexagons. That's her fault. That's what you get for making a hole in the wall, which doesn't have any walls. Well, at least it looks well lit now. Hopefully she'll be safe for the night, but I guess we'll see.
Okay, I have lit up everything. We have a semi-hole in the wall. It's probably not very safe, but I sort of liked the idea of having an open air base. I'm sure no one else thinks that's a silly idea. So as any pack that has tinkers in it, we will be making ourselves some lovely tinkery things things that we need. We need another log, and we are going to need at least a chest for the pattern chest, and we'll probably need some chests anyway for some junk. And we get a nice little dark oak chest, which is kind of cool.
The furnaces she used back in the day won't reach a high enough temperature to melt metals or even make bricks. You know what bricks are, right? Oh, I really hope we didn't pick up a total nitwit. The good news is that you should be able to make a weaker variant of the more modern brick. You just need to grab some wet clay and dry it off using a drying rack. The final product is a dried brick that doesn't look like much to the world, but it has its uses. As you can see, there's a few things down the line that uses dry bricks. Luckily, you can automate the drying rack once you lay your hands on better automation tools.
Well, it's always good to be prepared, so let's make 6 drying racks. We may need more, and let's just chuck them on the wall like so. And to make the dried bricks that we are going to need, I just need a bit of wet clay, which is probably just wet clay. Maybe is this wet? It is. It has no difference, the fact that this is also part of my house, but there we go. And let's make ourselves some dried bricks.
This dimension has tons of animals roaming around. Amongst them, there are sheep. Your tools are not very sharp yet. You would probably just torture the poor animal if you tried retrieving their wool while they were alive and kicking. Luckily, you can just slay them for their wool, because that is much more humane.
Well, I guess if slaying's on the cards, I'm going to have to make myself a sword, and because we don't really have access to melting of our things, we will have to rely on stone. And there are the bricks we dried earlier. I don't quite know how many we're going to need, so that's fine, but I guess it is time to use our grappling hook to slowly climb out of my hole. Let's turn F7 off and grab some wool. Sheep! Oh, I should probably mark this as my home. And while I'm out and about, let's break some grass so that I can have some seeds to plant for food, because right now we are rather hungry. That's a chicken. You are not a sheep. Aha! I spy sheeple. Sorry, sheep, but I need your wool. I don't actually know how much wool I need. I have just set up a little farm plot over here, and we have plenty of seeds from breaking grass. So we've got some potatoes, we've got some carrots, we've got hemp, we've got wheat, we even have sugarcane and pumpkins and cacti. So we have plenty to hopefully feed us and to be getting on with. And this means that we can use the hemp to make wool rather than having to go and find and kill sheep very often. I don't know if we need things like melons, but I'll plant a couple just in case. And I also killed some pigs, mainly for food. Oh, can I not place sugarcane next to a not source block? Or does I have to plant this on sand? Interesting. Now I can make myself a furnace. It's a little bit more expensive than a normal furnace, but that is fine. And this should allow us to cook our meat. Next up, we are going to want to make ourselves a mason's work table, which I had almost got everything for, and that is made like that. And there we go, one mason's work table, which is like a crafting table, it seems, but a little bit different. And I've also got some lovely sunflowers here, which we are going to just plant outside our base, where they will not face the right direction and will look a little ugly. And with a couple of sticks, we can make ourselves some stone shears where we can take our wool. I kind of want to make a bed, but then I also don't think... I didn't see any mobs last night or this morning, so I don't know if mobs are actually spawning. Let me replace my dried clay. And there we go, with these lovely stone shears. We can make some string out of wool. I've also somewhat come to the conclusion that there aren't any mobs around here, but there is a little puzzle, which we should be able to get to. Oh, that's sand. That is what I needed, actually. But there's a little puzzle, so let's try and get up using our grappling hook. Is the catch going to be that I need to upgrade it before I can get to the top? Nope, I seem to still be able to do it. No! Oh, look, we've made it. I think we can reach. Yes. It's a bit worrying when I drop, but there we go. This is a very good grappling hook. And what did we get? Is this the same in all of them, I wonder? So we get some grout, some leather, a book, some wool, and some seared bricks, and also a lovely mending moss. Oh, and some seared bricks that we can use for our smeltery. Don't mind if I do. That's not... I think I can use these as well, can't I? Yes. Oh, well, that was nice. Maybe we can build a whole smeltery just by going up funny things in the sky. Anyway, sand time. Well, after our little excursion, I have plenty of sand to keep us going. So that's nice. And I got a bit more coal on our adventure as well. So what we want to do with our sand is to combine it with a slab and... Oh, I need to make a hammer. We haven't done that yet. Hammer should be fairly straightforward. It is, there we go, just the same as it normally is. And with that, we can make ourselves some sandy bottle compounds. Now, do we have tiny coal in this pack? We do have tiny coal. Wonderful. So we'll use that to cook up our sandy bottles. Let's use both furnaces for efficiency. And these will turn into the normal bog standard glass bottle, like so. And that hammer is not just for the work table, or maybe it is. Maybe I am silly Billy. Yes, I am a silly Billy. Oh no, this is correct. I don't think we can do iron yet. So half silly Billy. Make sure to check JEI before you place a lot of blocks. It's normally more useful than doing it like this. There we go. I'm not quite sure how many of these we are going to need, but I am going to make our first sifter, which I don't really know how it works. Ah, I see how it works. Aha, and we need water. So what we're going to do is chuck this in our mason's work table, and I'm going to use my little bottle of water to collect some water from our surrounding sources. And I assume it's not going to break the source, because it doesn't normally, but just to be careful, we're going to try it with this one first. Yes, and we'll do the closer one next time. And we can just right click on the table to input the water, and that is 250 per bottle, which is about standard. Don't worry, I've checked this time and we can, well, it's not 100% chance, but we can turn sand into fine dust, which if we put it in here, we get flint, but also a chance to get both redstone and aluminium, which we have. And now we are in need of more clay because our next task is to make ourselves a coke oven. And luckily for us, because of how the world has laid itself out, it is fairly easy to find things like gravel and clay because they just appear in the sides of mountains. So I can just sort of grappling hook around until I can find some, and then we can just mine it. It's the same with iron. That seems to be pretty plentiful. Oh, there are mobs. I've heard them. I thought they couldn't spawn. Obviously they can. That's silly, but there we go. So I can collect things like iron fairly easily, especially if I remember which button is or excavate, which wasn't the one I was pressing. And what is this I have found randomly while looking for clay? This looks fun. What are you? Reinforced storage crate, a jerry can, and an engineer's handbook. Interesting. I feel as though we'll take the light engineering block. Oh, steel scaffold stairs. Do you think they turn back into... Ah, they do. Well, that's a great find. 15 steel scaffolding just sitting there for free. Thank you very much, random structure. So I've got some dried bricks. I've got some clay. Oh, we need sandstone's the other thing we need. I normally like to make 2 coke ovens, but let's just start with 1 for now. And there is our 27 bricks. And the other thing we are going to need is an engineer's hammer, which I think I can make with stone. I just need 1 more string, which I do in fact have, and there we go. Okay, or not, probably in the wrong crafting table. Stage. Oh, I don't know. Ah, requires engineering knowledge, which we do have. Okay, there we go. We have our engineering knowledge now. We can make our hammer. Well, what a fun coincidence. I don't normally manage to find things I need like that. And because this is immersive engineering, we need to make sure not to build this on a chunk boundary. So there we go. And we can chuck in a stack of coal. Oh, is that faster than a normal coke oven? That feels way faster. That's definitely way faster. That's nice. And there we go. Oh, it gives you way less creosote though. Interesting. Our next job is we need more gravel and some fir planks, which can be found in temperate rainforests. So into the nature's compass we go. And it is actually pretty close. It is just over here. So yeah, and gravel we should hopefully be able to find along the way. Be nice. Oh, I wonder if they've got like a gravel beach biome. No. So I guess gravel will be very slightly harder to find than sand. And there we go, fir wood, which I would say this wouldn't be a temperate rainforest in my head, but apparently it is, so we believe it. Yes. I found a little slimy swamp. Oh, it's got gravel in it actually, which has congealed slime blocks, which is nice. It means that I can make myself some slimy boots. which will hopefully make traversing a little bit easier in the future. It's not been too bad. This is a very nice biome, actually. If it had gravel in it, I'm not getting the utmost amazing spawn rate for gravel. It keeps looking like andesite. Okay, excavation done for now. We are going to grab a bucket, or more than a bucket, of creosote oil, and we're going to make a hole in the ground. I'm not quite sure how this works, so we put the creosote on the floor. Oh, we're now flammable. Lovely. And what we want to do is chuck in a stack of gravel, and that will convert into grout. And it did what I thought it would do, which is use up the creosote, which makes a lot of sense. If we throw a stack of firwood in, we get treated planks. So there we go, grout and treated planks. Nice and easily, but we do have to wait for this to produce some more creosote now. And lo and behold, in this pack, we only need to smelt the grout into stone. It doesn't turn into bricks, which probably actually makes a lot more sense, to be quite honest. But there we go, seared stone. And we do have a little bit of seared nonsense from before. And I think with our hammer, is it in the work table? Is it like GTNH? There's no point doing it if it's like GTNH particularly, is there? Yeah, this is probably a waste of bricks, isn't it? I think there's only two. Oh well, we got some. To be able to actually make our smeltery, I am going to need some more dust so that I can get some more redstone, which is a bit easier once I've figured out that I can make a builder's wand. That's for more fine dust. And where's my mesh? That should be a bit more redstone. Is that actually enough? That is actually enough redstone, I think. Yes, for a block of redstone. We are going to also need another furnace, which shouldn't be too bad. I've already made the gear for it. I think that's it. And there is our furnace, and this should be our smeltery controller. Apart from the fact I've put the seared bricks away, which is silly of me. Oh, do I need knowledge? I might need knowledge. And you know what? We do have smelting knowledge. I didn't realize that's what that was. But there we go. We can now make our smeltery controller with no more delays. Oh, and actually, this is fair. That's quite cheap. Is it this? Yeah, smeltery tank. How much is the drain? The drain is also not too bad. To make the drain, we are going to... Oh, I actually need another hammer, but we can just also smash up the normal stone, and that will turn it into bricks. Don't ask me how. I'm not a scientist or anything. There we go. And we have a seared drain, and we'll need to break up a couple more of these just so that we can make the basin and the casting table like so. And we could probably... I normally like to make 2 drains. Let's just do it how we normally do. Just because I prefer the look of the bricks, I have converted them all into bricks because I think it just looks so much nicer. And we will have our smeltery live outside because this is our little hole, you know? This is where we live. This is where our things live. I like having a bit of outdoor space, and I feel like we're nicely contained in here. So I'll just go ahead and make our regular smeltery. And I'm 1 brick off making it a tiny bit taller, but there we go. We have our smeltery. Similar to other packs, we can make ourselves a crucible, which needs to be fired with some tiny coal into a fired crucible, or probably just a crucible. And I assume this works similarly to other packs where we chuck cobblestone in and absolutely nothing happens. Interesting. Okay, to be able to use a crucible, we need lava, which we don't have, or a magma block. And we can sift ash and get blaze powder. We do actually, in fact, have we're going to need 2 spare redstone. So I will have to do some more sand hammering. But we should actually be able to do this. And it will make things a little bit faster. So that's the 1 redstone I needed more of. Let's make some blazing pyrotheum. And there is our magma block, which I would hope doesn't start fires, but let's just chuck it over here for now, and we'll chuck some cobblestone in, and there we go. It is cooking at a 6 times rate, so it's a little bit faster. And luckily, actually, I know we were one off having a whole nother layer of the smeltery, but I'm going to use that to make a seared faucet so that I can take the tank from over here, which is sort of quite far and a little annoying, but it's okay. I'm sure this is a temporary setup. And then once we have, I think it's 10 cobblestone for a bucket of lava, we probably make a bit more, we can fill the tank up nice and easily. So that's, you know, that feels pretty good. And lucky old me, we actually can make wooden hoppers. Actually, I'm going to make one more because it's nice to have a wooden hopper underneath our casting table, as well as a chest for the outputs to go into. So this means I can just chuck this on top of our crucible, chuck in a stack of cobblestone, and that is some automatic lava for me. And under here we are going to place our chest like so. Whoops, not like that. That is not how we wanted to place the chest. Like so. And there we go. Now that will be automated once we actually start smelting things. So I need to make aluminium brass, and right now I have aluminium because we did some sifting. However, I think to get copper, we need to find it in the world. And by in the world, I mean via mining. And I think that's correct. I can't find a recipe for it. I was a little unsure because when I looked up the recipe for copper ore, it didn't say it spawned in the world. It didn't have like a world spawned thing on it. But then I checked for iron, which I know definitely spawns in the world, and it also didn't have one. So therefore, I think it must spawn in the world because I cannot figure out how else we are meant to get it. So down into the world we go. We maybe find some other nice things. I know I haven't made any tinker's tools yet. I'm just simply waiting till we can actually make some fairly decent ones rather than making a flint one and having to repair it just as much as it takes me to make some pickaxes anyway. So down we go into the hole trying to find copper, and lo and behold, copper. So yay, I'm not going to continue mining right now. We have what we need. We will continue out and we will make ourselves some casts from aluminium brass. One smeltery, and we can just cook up everything like so. And hopefully I can use a dried brick to make a cast. We're not just going to need an ingot cast, we are going to need a plate cast as well. And to get that, we just need to put a seared brick with the engineer's hammer and make ourselves a cracked seared plate. It also means I can make the smeltery a little bit bigger in a minute. So there we go. We've got 4 ingots of aluminium brass. Nope, does not work on that. I assume it will work on a seared brick. Yes, it will. That's fine. We have one of each. So there is our plate cast and there is our ingot cast. Very nice. And just to be exceptionally good this time, I'm actually going to make ourselves a pattern chest, which I can put these spare casts in. So there we go. And this leads us up to our next task, which is to make ourselves some reinforced blast bricks to make our reinforced blast furnace. And this actually isn't too bad. It's a bit of blaze powder, which is fine. Some more seared bricks, which I think we might have enough of actually. Yes, just about. So that's quite handy. Didn't expect that. And some iron plates. And we do actually, in factually, have plenty of iron ore. It's a good thing I didn't turn all of that into bricks then, isn't it, really? So we'll get that going and I will cast it into plates. I'm casting some of it into iron ingots because we are also going to need a hopper. And luckily in this pack, all I need is a redstone signal and it will mean that this automatically outputs. So we've also got our first little bit of automation. We are going to need 36 iron plates, so we don't want to over-egg the pudding too much. I think I can probably put it back if I needed to, but I don't want to risk it. Okay, we should have everything to make our lovely reinforced blast bricks. So there we go, and we have our hopper. Let's go put it... I don't really know where we should put it. Doesn't really matter. Again, let's just chuck it here for now. I assume I will be moving everything at some point. We don't really have a base right now, but we should get to one at some point. So there we go. I've never actually, obviously we don't normally make these without having made the base one first, but there we go. One improved blast furnace. We are going to take some of the creosote that we've made and chuck it in with our iron ingots, and we have to wait a little while, but this should produce us our first steel. I've come mining again because I need something that is known as tin. Ta-da! That was actually quite easy to find. There's also some gold down here, which I can't mine yet because I haven't made myself an iron pickaxe, but it's good to know it's there. And it feels odd that I can do actual mining. I think that's a me problem, thinking that that wasn't a thing I could do. And why do we need tin, you may be asking? Well, the next stage in our journey requires some reinforced steel, and to reinforce said steel, we are going to need 3 tin plates, which we now have. And we have plenty of iron to chuck in here. How are we doing for steel? Very nice. And to make this, we are going to need some obsidian as well, which we don't have right now, but we can make fairly easily, I think. if we figure out a way to put lava in here without a bucket. Oh no, I can make a bucket now. I'm so stupid. We can make a bucket now. We have iron, so that's not going to be a problem. I don't need to think that hard. We can make obsidian very, very easily, like so. And now I have a bucket, I can make an infinite water source, and the farm can be mildly less scuffed. There we go. And with our bucket, I can hop back over to our smeltery, chuck it in the drain, like so, and that should have produced us a singular block of obsidian, which I can then cast. Wasn't that nice and easy? Well done me for being super smart. Nothing is a problem in the face of adversity when Snock's around.
Oh, it's so cute that she's so impressed by doing such simple things.
This may take a bit of time. We are going to need in total 12 steel because we need 4 for the reinforced steel and 8 for the steel large plate. Before we round off this chapter, I would like to make myself an unbreakable pickaxe if possible. So that requires quite a bit of obsidian. I don't know why I've done an iron pickaxe head actually. I think alumite, no, we'll go for iron and I'll switch to alumite once it's unbreakable so we don't have to bother about fixing it. The main slow bit is definitely going to be the lava. So I guess we may be waiting a little bit of time for the obsidian to be created. But once we've got that, we should be fine. A little bit of time later, and we should be able to make ourselves 5 reinforcements. The only issue currently is that we only have 3 modifiers. But luckily in this pack, we have the ability to upgrade our tools. So I'm just going to run down to our mining hole and we'll do a little bit of ore excavation to help level it up, like so. Oh, lovely, that was quick. And now you just need to hop down and do it one more time. Whoops, maybe 2 more times, or 3. There we go. It broke, but that doesn't matter because now we will be able to make it unbreaking. And we've also got a bunch of cobblestone back, which is good because I used all of it to make the lava, to make the obsidian, to make the reinforcement. So that will make mining a lot easier. Now let's add our final reinforcement, and our pickaxe is now unbreakable. So we don't, oh, there's no bin in the corner. Well, we don't need these 2 anymore. We'll ignore them. And while we've been waiting, I have now got enough steel to make the final piece of the puzzle for the first simulation, which also requires 1 more piece of obsidian, which I do actually have. There we go. Wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. And there we go. 1 reinforced steel and the engineer's hammer, which is what we need to unlock the next simulation.
I suppose she's not as stupid as I thought she was. But again, this is only the first simulation. We've still got quite a few more to get through before we can find out if she's actually sophisticated or not.
We are back at the hub. Let us break the clear glass, place our reinforced steel, and light the next portal.
Well done, XC443. Marvel at your amazing work. And by amazing, I mean mediocre. Hopefully, next time you'll actually be able to make some proper progress and convince us all that you're actually smarter than we think you are. And definitely smarter than the last 442 subjects that didn't even manage to wake up. But I suppose we will see. Until next time.